the orientation pipes. కొద్ది ఇట్లా యాంగిల్ ఓకే. ఇది ఉంది చూసా, దీన్ని లోపల కనుకొద్దిగా పైదాన్ని Okay, sir. Well, so we got the basic understanding of what a function is, right? What do we study in calculus? Huh? Run. Why are you coming now? Oh my God. Okay. Tell me, what functions have you come across in physics before? Tell me one equation that you have come across in physics before. V is equal to U plus AT. Have you seen this equation before? Where do we write it? When the body moves with uniform acceleration, here U is a constant, A is also a constant. What does this equation say? This equation says that velocity of a body varies with time. Isn't it? You understand what I'm saying? U is initial velocity constant. Since it is moving with uniform acceleration, acceleration is also a constant. Doesn't it look like y is equal to 3 plus 2x or 4 plus 2x, whatever? 3 and 2 are constants, right? You understand what I'm saying? So y changes as x changes. Similarly here, velocity varies with time. So this equation tells us that velocity is a function of time. Like this, tell me, has few other equations. Displacement of a body moving in a straight line with uniform acceleration. It's a quadratic function. Isn't it a quadratic equation? U and A are constants. So this looks like y is equal to 2x plus 3x square. Isn't it similar to this equation? Right? So here, what does this equation say? This equation says displacement of a body varies with time. You understand what I'm saying? Similarly, Ohm's law, current flow in a metal wire, I is equal to V by R, right? So if potential difference changes, current flow in the wire also changes. So like this, you come across many equations. You know, gravitational force between two objects of masses m1 and m2 separated by distance r is F is equal to g m1 m2 by r square. So g is a constant, m mass m1 m2 and distance between them, right? So force between two particles depends on masses of the two particles and also separation between the two particles, right? So force is a function of masses and distance between the masses. So like this, we come across many functions in physics. So in calculus, what we are interested in is the changes in these physical quantities. When one physical quantity changes, a physical quantity that depends on this physical quantity changes how. That's what we are going to study. Okay. So when I say y is equal to f of x, let us say the physical quantity x, if x changes from x is equal to x1 to x is equal to x2, then we say change in x, delta x, it is denoted by delta x. Change is always indicated by delta. So delta x is equal to x2 minus x1. So when x changes from x1 to x2, y changes from y1 is equal to f of x1 to y2 is equal to f of x2. So what is the change in y? Change in y is delta y is equal to y2 minus y1. Okay, y2 minus y1 is the change. Delta y by delta x here is called the rate of change. Rate of change in y with respect to x in the interval from x1 to x2. So this is very important. Delta y by delta x is called rate of change. What does this mean? I'll give you a few examples to understand. Right? How is electric current defined? You recently completed 10th class, you know it. How is electric current defined? The rate of flow of charge. What does that mean? Charge flown through a given cross section in how much time? Unit time. How is velocity defined? Displacement traveled by a body in how much time? Unit time. We can also say that velocity is the rate of change in displacement. Yes. How is acceleration defined? The rate of change in velocity. What does it mean? Change in velocity in how much time? Unit time. Okay. How is power defined? Work done in how much time? Unit time. Or else, how do we say it? The rate of work done with respect to time. If it's not mentioned, what are we speaking with respect to? We are speaking about it with respect to time. When we say rate of change in displacement, we are saying rate of change in displacement with respect to time. It means change in displacement in how much time? Unit time. Unit time means 1 unit. It could be 1 second, 1 minute, depends on what units you are writing it in. You understand what I'm saying? So here, when we say rate of change in displacement with respect to time, it means displacement covered by a body in 1 unit of time. When we say the rate of flow of charge is current, what does it mean? It means charge flown through a given cross section in how much time? 1 unit time. When we say rate of work done with respect to time, it means work done in 1 unit time. You understand what I'm saying? So here, it is like, so when you go to a shopkeeper, ask the rate of a product. షాప్లో పోయి షుగర్ ఎంత అన్నాం అనుకోండి, 50 రూపీస్ అని చెప్పాడు అనుకోండి. వాట్ డస్ ఇట్ మీన్? It is 1 unit, cost of 1 unit. 1 unit could be 1 box or 1 pen or 1 packet, 1 kg or 1 liter. It depends on what you are talking about. So when we say rate, it means per unit. Okay. So it is like asking 10 pens cost 100 rupees. What is the cost of a pen? 1 pen costs how much? 100 by 10. Isn't it? 1 pen costs how much? 100 by 10. So similarly, in time t, let's talk about current. In time t, charge flown is how much? Q. Charge flown is Q. In 1 unit time, how much charge flows? Q by T. It is like asking 10 pens cost 100 rupees. 1 pen costs how much? 100 by 10. You understand what I'm saying? So in 1 unit time, how much charge flows? Q by T. The charge flown in 1 unit time is called what? Current. So Q by T is equal to current. Similarly, here, what do we mean by rate of change in y with respect to x? What do we mean by rate of change in y with respect to x? Rate of change in y with respect to x means when x changes by 1 unit, y changes by how much? That's what we mean when we say rate of change in y with respect to x. When x changes by delta x, change in y is how much? Delta y. When change in x is 1 unit, what is the change in y? That is called rate of change in y with respect to x. So when change in x is delta x, change in y is delta y. So when change in x is 1 unit, in that case, change in y is how much? When change in y is 1 unit, what is the when change in x is 1 unit, what is the change in y equal to? Again, 10 pens cost x rupees. 1 pen costs how much? X by 10, isn't it? When change in x is delta x, y changes by delta y. When change in x is 10 units, change in y is 100 units. When change in x is 1 unit, what is the change in y equal to? Can I say 100 by 10? You understand what I'm saying? Per unit change in x, how much is the change in y? 100 by 10. Or it means what? It means what? Delta y by delta x. So when change in x is delta x, y changes by delta y. When change in x is 1 unit, what is the change in y equal to? Delta y by delta x. What are we calling delta y by delta x here? Delta y by delta x is what? Change in y per how much change in x? Change in y per how much change in x? Unit change in x. You understand this? Huh? So delta y by delta x is change in y per unit change in x. This is called rate of change. Okay. So or we can also say or delta y by delta x is the rate of change in y with respect to x in the given interval of x. In the given interval of x. What is that? From x1 to x2. When x changes from x1 to x2, y changes from y1 to y2. the rate of change in y with respect to x in the given interval is delta y by delta x is equal to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. You understand this? This is the fundamental concept that you need to understand in order to proceed further. Okay, if you want to proceed further, anything that we talk about later is rate of change. Whether we write delta y by delta x or dy by dx. Okay, this is the most important basic concept that you need to understand. You understand this? Note down, please. Let's look at an example. Very simple example. Let's take the function y is equal to 2x plus 4. In this function, find the rate of change in y with respect to x in the intervals from x is equal to 2 2x is equal to 4, x is equal to 2, 2x is equal to 2.2, x is equal to 5, 2x is equal to 5.1. Try this. Rate of change in y with respect to x means what? What does it mean? It means we need to find what? This, delta y by delta x. That's all we need to find out. What do we do? At x is equal to 2, find the value of y. At x is equal to 4, find the value of y. Find the difference. You'll get change in y. You already know change in x. Find change in y by change in x. Proceed. It's not 3. Check. Four. Correct. Delta y is 4. I'm asking you to find what? I'm not asking you to find delta y. I'm asking you to find this. So what is this? Delta y by delta x. This is what I'm asking you. In the second case, no. What are you getting in the second case? How can it be 0.2? I am asking you delta y by delta x.
1, sir.
You are only finding delta y. I am asking you delta y by delta x. 2. Third case. In the third case, what is it? Look, at x is equal to 2, what is y equal to? 2x plus 4, substitute x is equal to 2, what do you get? 8. When x is equal to 4, what are you getting? Y is equal to 2x plus 4 means you will get y is equal to how much? 12 in the first case, right? So what is y2 minus y1 equal to? 12 minus 8. So delta y is equal to 4 and delta x is equal to 4 minus 2. So delta x is 4 minus 2 is 2. So rate of change in y with respect to x means 4 by 2. What are we getting? 2. Do it in the same way in the second case, third case. What do you get? You are not doing it. That is why you are not getting it. In all the cases, you will get delta y by delta x equal to 2 only. In all the cases, you will get the rate of change in y with respect to x 2 only. Are you getting it? Look here, please. Listen to me. y1 is equal to 2x1 plus 4. Can I write it like this? y2 is equal to whatever may be the value of x. y2 is equal to 2x2 plus 4. Tell me, what is y2 minus y1 equal to? 2x2 plus 4 minus 2x1 plus 4. So what do you get? 2x2 minus 2x1 plus 4 minus 4 get cancelled. Are you following this? Say yes or no. So y2 minus y1 equal to, what do you get? 2 into x2 minus x1. So delta y is equal to, what are you getting? 2 delta x. So delta y by delta x is equal to 2. So in whatever may be the interval, always delta y by delta x, you are getting a constant value, right? Is it variable or constant? Constant. So for whatever may be the change in x, the rate of change delta y by delta x is always equal to 2 only. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, I'll give you one more. Use this. Next example. Y is equal to 2x square. Use this example. Same intervals. Intervals are same. Find delta y by delta x in the interval from x is equal to 2 to 4, x is equal to 2 to 2.2, x is equal to 5 to 5.1. Do it. Y always increases as x increases. In which case? 18. Correct. What is it in the second case? Eight point two, I think. 8.4, 8.4. In the third case, you'll get 20.4, is it? 20.2. Instead of substituting the values of x and finding the value of y every time, you can see what happens in general. You can write down generalized expression for delta y by delta x. See here, listen to me. We have y is equal to 2x square, right? When x changes from x1 to x2, or you can say from x to x plus delta x, right? X increases or x changes by delta x. Y changes by delta y. Do you understand this? You understand this? When x increases from x to x plus delta x, y changes from y to y plus delta y. Is this understood? If y is equal to 2x square, y plus delta y is equal to what? If y is equal to 2x square, y plus delta y is equal to what? Array, this is x1, this is x2, this is y1, this is y2. y1 is equal to x1 square. If you substitute x, you get y is equal to what? To x square. Now at x plus delta x, what is the value of y? Means what? Y plus delta y is equal to, what should I write here on the right hand side? 2 into x plus delta x whole square. You understand this? Okay, this may be 2 and this is 4. Suppose take that first case. X changes from what? 2 to 4. X changes from 2 to 4. So X changes from 2 to 2 plus 2. That's what I'm writing here. In the first case. In the second case, X changes from 2 to 2 plus 0.2. Second case. In the third case, X changes from 5 to 5.1. 5 to 5 plus 0.1. That is what I'm writing here. So I'm writing it in terms of delta already. Here the change is how much? 2. Here the change is how much? 0.2. Here the change is how much? 0.1. You understand this? So here when x changes from x to x plus delta x, y changes from y to y plus delta y. So when x value is x, we have y is equal to 2x square. When x value is x plus delta x, the value of y should be y plus delta y. You understand this equation? Do you understand this? Okay. So now y plus delta y minus y is equal to 2 into x plus delta x whole square minus 2x square. What is y plus delta y? This. What is y? 2x square. Do you understand this? Now, on the left hand side, plus y minus y get cancelled. What are we left with? Delta y. And on the right hand side, expand this. Expand this. What do you get? Plus 2x delta x minus 2x square. So 2x square minus 2x square get cancelled. So what do you have? Delta x whole square plus 2x delta x. You understand this? On the right hand side, take delta x common. On the right hand side, take delta x common. What do you get? Delta y is equal to delta x into, what do we have on the right hand side? 2x plus delta x. Here 2x delta x. You understand this? Now take this delta x to the left hand side. What do you get? Delta y by delta x is equal to what? 2x plus delta x. This is the generalized expression for delta y by delta x. In the previous example, what did we get delta y by delta x equal to? In the previous example, what was the delta y by delta x we got? Are Baba value 2. We got 2. So delta y by delta x value is equal to 2 constant we got. So for whatever may be the range of values of x, delta y by delta x is 2. For every unit change in x, y changes by how much? 2. In the first example. Okay. So in the second example, look at the first case. X is equal to 2 to 4. Substitute that. What do you get? Delta y by delta x is equal to x plus 2. And delta x is how much? Delta x is how much here? 4 minus 2 is delta x. So what are you getting? Did we make a mistake somewhere here? 2x. 2 should be multiplied in. We forgot that. 2 delta x square plus 4x delta x. That's the mistake. So, thank you. Here it should be written 2. 2 should be written here. Here also 2. Okay. Two. What are you getting? 12. You understand this? In the second case, delta y by delta x is equal to 2 into 2x plus delta x. What is delta x there? In the second case, what is delta x? 0.2. In the second case, delta x is equal to 0.2. What do you get here? 8.4. You understand what I'm saying? Even if you substitute the values and find out y2, y1, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, you will still get the same. In the third case, what will you get? Delta y by delta x is equal to 2 into 5 plus 0.1. Delta x is how much in the third case? 0.1. So what are we getting? 10.1 into 2, 20.2. So we are getting delta y by delta x for different ranges, different rate of change in y with respect to x. You understand what I'm saying? So for different ranges of values of x, you are getting different rate of change in y with respect to x. Here, in the previous example, for all the ranges, what did we get? Delta y by delta x is equal to constant. In the previous case, the rate of change in y with respect to x is constant. What does it mean? When x changes from, for every unit change, when x changes from 1 to 2, what is delta y by delta x equal to? 2. When x changes from 2 to 3, what is delta y by delta x is equal to? 2. So when I say delta y by delta x is equal to 2, what does it mean? It means when x changes by 1 unit, y changes by how much? 2. That's what it means. When x changes by 1 unit, y changes by 2. It means when x changes from 0 to 1, change in y is how much? 2. When x changes from 1 to 2, change in y is how much? 2. When x changes from 2 to 3, change in y is how much? 2. So for every unit change in x, change in y is always equal to 2. It is like buying every pencil for how much? 2 rupees. The first pencil cost is how much? 2 rupees. Second pencil cost is how much? 2 rupees. Third pencil cost how much? 2 rupees. But here, in the second example, that's not the case. In the second example, the rate of change in y with respect to x is not a constant. You understand what I'm saying? In the second example, the rate of change in y with respect to x is constant, not constant. It is variable. Okay? It means here every pencil cost is not same. It's different. First pencil cost is different from second pencil. It is different from third pencil. It is different from fourth pencil. You understand the similarity? Are you following me? Okay. Here, the rate of change in y with respect to x depends on x. In different intervals, you will get different rates of change in y with respect to x. Okay. Here, I'll do few more. Listen to me. If x changes from 1 to 2, if x changes from 1 to x is equal to 1 to x is equal to 2, substitute x is equal to 1 here. Delta x is also equal to 1. Okay. 1, 2 plus 1, 3. 3 into 2, 6. You will get delta y by delta x is equal to 6. It means when x changes by how much? 1 unit, y changes by how much? 6 units. In this interval, take this interval x is equal to 2, 2, 3. 2 into 2, 4 plus 1, 5. 5 into 2, what are we getting? 10. Substitute x is equal to 2. 2 into 2, 4. Delta x is how much? 1. 4 plus 1, 5. 5 into 2, what are we getting? 10. So in this interval, we are getting 10. Whereas in this interval, we are getting how much? How much did we get? 6. So it means when x changes by 1 unit in this interval, y changes by 6 units. But in the second interval, when x changes by 1 unit, y changes by how much? 10 units. You understand what I'm saying? It is like buying first pencil for 6 rupees, second pencil for 10 rupees, third pencil for different amount. Is the rate constant here? Is the rate constant? No, rate is not a constant. Whereas in the first example, rate is a constant. In all the intervals of x, the rate of change in y with respect to x, we got the same value, constant value 2. Right? Note down this. If you don't understand anything, you can always ask me. Ah. Minus y. Ah. We want delta y, right? How do we get delta y? By subtracting this from this. Okay. What was the question to find? Delta y by delta x. To find delta y by delta x, we need to write the expression for delta y. So how do we get delta y? By subtracting y from y plus delta y. So that's what I did. Okay. Look at the same function again. The story is not over yet. So between x is equal to 1 and 2, from x is equal to 1 to x is equal to 2, what did we get? Delta y by delta x equal to? How much did we get? 6. From 2 to 3, From 2 to 3, what is delta y by delta x? We got 10. From 3 to 4, you tell me quickly. 3 to 4 means 3 into 2, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 7 into 2, 14. Delta y by delta x is equal to 14. One more. From 4 to 5, you'll get delta y by delta x is equal to 8. Okay. So when x changes by 1 unit in this range, y changes by 6 units. When x changes by 1 unit in this range, y changes by 10 units. When x changes by 1 unit in this range, y changes by 14 units. When x changes by 1 unit in this range, y changes by 18 units. Okay. When x changes from 1 to 5, now one more. X is equal to 1 to x is equal to 5. Find out delta y by delta x. X is equal to 1 to x is equal to 5. 2 plus 4, 6. Correct? From x is equal to 1 to x is equal to 5. 2 into 1 plus what is delta x? What is delta x? 4. So what is it equal to? What are we getting? 6 into 12. How much? 12. Is it correct? 6 into 2, 12. So what are we getting? Delta y by delta x is equal to 12. Listen to me here. What are we saying? What does this mean? It means when x changes from 1 to 5, y changes by 12 units per unit change in x. Per unit change in x, y changes by how much? 12 units. All right, I'll explain this. Listen to me. Say from here to you go to, let's say JNTU. Okay. What's the distance? Let's say 10 kilometers. Okay. 10 kilometers distance lemon to 1K. Let's say high tech city. From here to you go to high tech city. 10 kilometers. Let's assume that you go in 30 minutes. It's impossible, I know. Let's assume in the traffic, let's say it takes 30 minutes to go from here to high tech city. What is the distance I'm saying? 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers takes how much time? 30 minutes. What is the speed? What is your speed equal to? Tell me quickly. 20 kilometers per hour. So it takes 30 minutes to go by 10 kilometers distance. What is the speed equal to? 20 kilometers per hour. Isn't it? In half an hour, you go 10 kilometers. In 0.5 hours, you go 10 kilometers. In 1 hour, how much distance will you go? 20 kilometers per hour. Okay, this is speed. Speed is what? Distance covered in how much time? Unit time. What is the unit here? Hours. You understand what I'm saying? Distance covered by the body in 1 hour is 20 kilometers. That's what it means. So in 30 minutes, it takes, it goes 10 kilometers means it travels with a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. So from here, if you go to high tech city, do you continuously travel with 20 kilometers per hour speed only? Does the speedometer of your bike, your vehicle, show always 20? It doesn't show always 20. You have to stop at traffic signals. Your speedometer shows 0. Sometimes you accelerate. You go beyond 20 kilometers per hour speed. Okay, where there is no traffic, you travel with speed of 40 kilometers per hour. You understand what I'm saying? Let us say from here to you, let's say you go to LB Nagar. Okay, let's say you go 30 kilometers. It takes 3 hours, let's say. 30 kilometers, let's say 3 hours. What is the speed equal to? 10 kilometer per hour. Does it mean in the first 1 hour you traveled 10 kilometers? In the second 1 hour also you traveled 10 kilometers? In the third 1 hour also you traveled 10 kilometers? No, right? Not necessarily. Is your speed necessarily a constant? Not possible. In the first 1 hour you may have traveled only 5 kilometers. In the second 1 hour you may have traveled 15 kilometers. In the third 1 hour you may have traveled remaining distance. You understand what I'm saying? So is the distance covered in every unit time same? Is the distance covered in every 1 hour same? No, not necessarily. So in this function also, change in y per every unit change in x is not same. If you divide into 4 unit intervals, 4 unit intervals means from 1 to 2. First one unit interval, second unit interval 2 to 3, third unit interval 3 to 4, fourth unit interval 4 to 5. Okay. So in the first unit interval, change in y is 6. In the second unit interval, change in y is 10. In the third unit interval, change in y is 14. In the fourth unit interval, change in y is 18. So change in y in every unit interval is not same. So when you find delta y by delta x, you are saying change in y per unit interval is 12. It's not 12. It is average of these values. So what is this? This is average rate of change in y with respect to x. You understand what I'm saying? This is average rate of change in y with respect to x. I'll give you one more example. Let's say you bought 10 pens. The total cost is 100 rupees. Okay, different pens cost, the price varies. The first pen cost is 10 rupees, second pen cost is 12 rupees, third pen cost is 5 rupees, fourth pen cost is 20 rupees. But the total cost is how much? 100 rupees. So when you write 100 by 10, what are you getting? 10 rupees. So you are saying average price of a pen is 10 rupees. Does it mean that every pen costs 10 rupees? No. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, it doesn't mean that every pen costed the same value. So here what are we saying? Average rate of change in y with respect to x is 12. It means when x changes by 1 unit, on an average, y changes by how much? 12. That's in this interval. That's what we are saying. In this interval, what we are saying here is that when x changes by 1 unit, on average, y changes by 12. Okay, so this is average of all these values. You understand what I'm saying? So just like average cost of a pen is 10 rupees, this is average rate of change in y with respect to x. So whenever we write delta y by delta x, what we need to understand is that we are writing average rate of change in y with respect to x in the given interval of x. So I'm going to write down the conclusion here. This is average rate of change in y with respect to x in the given interval of x is delta y by delta x, or y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 in any given interval. Okay. In the first example that we discussed, what was the example? This before y is equal to 2x square. This is y is equal to 2x square. Before this, which function did we do? Y is equal to 2x plus 4. In this case, take whichever the interval, you get delta y by delta x is equal to 2. Take any interval of your choice. you will get delta y by delta x is equal to 2. So here we say the rate of change in y with respect to x is constant. The rate of change in y with respect to x is constant. Whereas in this function, the rate of change in y with respect to x is not constant. It changes. It's different. Okay. So you understand the difference between constant speed and variable speed, right? Suppose if your body is moving in a straight line. Okay. It is traveling with a speed of constant speed of 3 meters per second means what? In every 1 second it covers 3 meters distance. When I say speed is constant, what it means is that in the first 1 second it covers a distance of 3 meters. In the second 1 second also it covers a distance of 3 meters. In the third 1 second also it covers a distance of 3 meters. Constant speed means constant rate of the change in distance, constant rate of the distance covered. Distance covered in every unit time is same. Okay, whereas in this case, distance covered in every unit time is not same. If I write s is equal to 2t square, y is equal to 2x square. S is equal to, let's say s is distance, t is time. You understand what I'm saying? The first, in the second equation, s is equal to 2t square means from between 1 second and 2 seconds, how much distance is it covering? 6 meters. Okay, between 2 seconds and 3 seconds, what is the distance covered? 10 meters. You understand this? So distance covered in every unit time, in every 1 second is not same. So this is the conclusion. Average rate of change in y with respect to x in the given interval is this. Okay. So in calculus, we talk about not the average rate of change, we talk about instantaneous rate of change. So what does instantaneous rate of change mean? That we will discuss in the next class. Okay. Any questions? Yes, please.